How's it going, guys? Sorry, we're a few minutes late here. Can't see who's in here. How's it going, Todd? Todd and Wisconsin Outlook asked questions for this week's live stream, but I was running a little late here. I didn't get a chance to write them down. So if you want to ask again, Todd, we'll get to it. Made it on time. Thanks for stopping by, Anthony's. Go Brewers. Yep. They're starting here about 40 minutes, a little less now. Hello once again. We got more rain, so it looks like fishing. You're still on hold. Yeah, you still flooded there, Mark? I think you were saying you're flooded. Maybe with somebody else. Some areas, yeah. Yeah, the rivers are getting higher here too, and we haven't had a ton of rain. I mean, it rained a little bit today, but not terrible bad. Pretty good. How about you, Bri? Actually, been better. I got to get that shack moved. Nobody's coming to buy it, and I don't have anywhere to go with it. It's kind of irritating me. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with that thing. And yeah, the realtor came over last week, Wednesday, and we were hoping to get back a little more on our house since we had stuck some money into it, when we bought it 2 years ago. And they're telling us that all we can ask for it is the same price that we paid for it. So that sucks. And then, yeah, that's what's going on here anyhow. Worked all weekend, and then obviously it's crappy here for like most of the week. And the only opportunity I have to get outside and get much done is Wednesday. And yeah, it's going to be rainy on Wednesday too. So asking $800 for it. Sell my house. We need something bigger. We're outgrew this place. Yeah, we're outgrowing this place very quickly. We're kind of cramped in here now, and yeah, we kind of want to get out in the country. I mean, we really want to get out in the country, but yeah, definitely need something bigger and something with a bigger yard. Yeah, there's not much being listed right now, but everything is selling fast. Everything that does get listed sells almost immediately. Like one house we went to look at, they had an accepted offer within 3 hours. Okay, we'll do Todd's question now. If you had to choose between fishing, oops, somebody commented and lost it. Between fishing or the Packers and Brewers, which would you pick? That's tough. That's pretty tough. I'm not so much a Brewers fan. I mean, I obviously am, but not nearly on the level I am the Packers. I never really watched the Brewers a whole lot until this year. Been watching them a little bit. Still haven't watched them win yet. But yeah, I've been watching them a little bit this year. Haven't in the past. And Packers, it sucks because I work weekends, but I watch every single game that I can, and I listen. Even though I'm at work, I listen to them on the radio. And yeah, I'm pretty big into the Packers, anyways. And so that's tough between fishing or sports, but I definitely have to go fishing because fishing obviously keeps me entertained all year long, and you get a meal out of it, and there's nothing like fishing, anyways. So, but yeah, that's tough to pick something over the Packers, that's for sure. How's it going, Wisconsin? Oh, look, I didn't get a chance to write down questions tonight. I was running a little late here. I actually started a few minutes late. So if you could ask yours again, then we get to them. Brad Burns got out on the Wolf River. That was sweet. Got a lot of walleyes in cane poles. There you go. Throwing it back to cane poles. I've never even used a cane pole. My mom, she grew up, that's all they had. Scott's fishing easy choice. Yeah, my wife, it was my wife or me. We, one of us laid down the auger here. I think it was last week. That thing leaked oil all over my basement floor, so I got to get some oil in that thing before I forget and start it up with no oil in it. I got slowly getting the garage clean too, getting all my ice fishing stuff finally put away. I mean, this is kind of my ice fishing area down here where I set everything up and prep stuff before every time I went out, and finally getting all this cleaned up, getting the garage cleaned up. Having some issues with the four wheeler too, which I'm not real happy about. Um, so there's a couple of different issues with it. So when I start it, I don't know if it's when I don't warm it up. I guess I'm kind of not remembering when it happens exactly. But once in a while, I'll start it up, and like if I go to back it out of the garage, and then I'm reversing out, I switch to neutral and switch to high range or whatever to make my turn, it'll kill sometimes. And it doesn't do it every time, so I'm not knowing if it's when I don't warm it up enough. I mean, it's fairly warm out now, and it happened last week, and or what, but it'll kill anyways, and then I try restarting it, and it'll just turn over and turn over and turn over, and it won't start for like 5 minutes. I don't know why it does that. And then sounds like a rear axle's going out. It's just making a clicking noise. I'm not a mechanical guy at all, so I'm not sure. I asked neighbor guy to look at it and stuff. He's a pretty good handyman and stuff. My dad and they couldn't really pinpoint it or whatever where the noise was coming from. So the Arctic Cat dealer in Bloomer, Wisconsin, Days, they they've worked on that machine before. So I give them a call and explain to him what the noise was. Right away he said, "Oh, that sounds like an axle to me." So like, "Oh, okay, how much does that run?" He's like, "Oh, about 150, 160 bucks, and then about 50, 60 bucks for labor." Oh, and then I told him about the starting issue, and he's like, "Oh, we'd have to run some diagnostics on that and try to figure it out." And that'd cost money just to run diagnostics on it. So it's gonna cost money. Well, then the guy I got it from is a friend, so I contacted him and I'm like, "You know anything about that clicking noise in the rear end? It might be an axle." He's like, "No, but I just had the front and rear axles replaced uh, in August." I'm like, "Oh, do you have a receipt for that?" And as I said that, I realized that he gave me a receipt for something, so I went and found the receipt, and he had both the front and rear axles replaced on August 30th last year. So I called him up and I said, "Well, hey, you guys actually replaced the front and rear axles on this thing on August 30th. Like, think that'd be covered?" "Well, we don't carry that type of axle anymore, so I'll have to check to see if it's covered by warranty." And I don't have a trailer right now to use. My brother's got one, but my parents have been using it. They got it loaded full of stuff, so I don't have easy access to a trailer to haul the thing down there. So by the time I get access to a trailer or something to haul the thing down there to have them look at it, the warranty will probably be expired anyways. But the thing don't even have 100 miles on it since that's been done. So that kind of pisses me off. And I asked about tires too, because the thing needs tires, and it's about $400 and stuff with labor. We just added need to check and lever pallets sit in the current ran 3 pallets per pole. Neat way to fish. There you go. Recognized the storage locker the past weekend and I had to give the auger a start. I already missed it. Yeah, me too. I haven't started mine since fishing, but I definitely can't now with no oil in it. I got to do that. I got to remember to order some or buy some. It's going to be hard to buy it in the store now, so I probably have to order it online. Uh, Make sure, people are going to be coming over for the kid's birthday and stuff, and not everybody's checked out the P1 rocket auger, so somebody might want to see how that thing runs. If a guy was going to head north to Vilas County this weekend, will there be lakes open to fish? I'm not sure. I haven't been that far north. I believe Vilas County is north of here. A lot of the deep clear lakes still have ice on them. Yeah, we've been ice out here in Barron County for what, 2 weeks now, probably. Got 10 crappie all between 10 and 14 inches in Shallow Bay. That's about 10 and a, or 1.5 weeks, I think. We've been open here. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of my buddies are catching crappies right now. I'm not sure where they're catching them at, but those are dandies though, 10 to 14 inches. Those are nice ones. How's it going, Pike Lake Kenny? Thanks for stopping by. What's my plans for early ice next year? Probably the same as it is every year. I don't know. I got to get out and do some walleye fishing early ice. I never fish walleyes early ice, and that's the best time to catch them. But I got a few spots that get ice before everywhere else does, and a couple of my spots nobody really knows about. So I'll definitely be hitting those anyways. Usually what I do early ice is go find a boat landing and where there's ice, obviously, and sit in the truck and watch tip-ups from the boat landing. Those I found were about 5 feet of water in the dark bottom bay. There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna try doing a video too. I want to get on some crappies when they're spawning this year. And there's another spot here in town I want to hit when crappies are spawning. It's a really good spot there. Come by me early ice and we'll get on some panfish. There we go. Yeah, if you guys ever want to come up around this neck of the woods too, my wife, she's going to be staying at home. She's doing a career change here next month. So I'll be able to get out fishing finally and do some stuff. Fishing, doing all kinds of stuff. Since the kid's been born, and she'll be a year here in less than 2 weeks, May 7th anyways. She turns a year. So I've been sitting cooped up in the house for a year now. I haven't been able to get out and do nearly as much as I used to. Got some smelt this weekend. You gonna eat them or use them for bait? Or Kenny? Probably both. Well, it depends on what lake you're on. They don't always allow that stuff. Jason Berg, I don't know if you're still in here or not, but if you're interested in that ice shack, get a hold of me and we'll make a deal on it. There's very few things in the shack that's not going to go with it. Basically my Optima Marine battery I'd like to keep, and maybe the DVD player, which is cheap. I could replace that too. That was like $50. The wife funds it for in the bedroom though. But yeah, problems with it right now is it's got a flat tire. I do have another one to go on there. I just haven't been able to do it yet. And I noticed that the roof was leaking at some point. Snow weighed on it this year. So we got more tar or whatever. I got to re-tar the roof. Give you $300 at a case of Busch Light. I wish I could let it go that cheap, Kenny, but not Kenny, Todd. I got a lot of money stuck in that thing. There's TV in there and the heater. I don't know if all of you guys have watched my Ice Shack tours. I know I made a video on when I was going to sell it. That I was thinking about selling it, but yeah, I've got older videos on here, Ice Shack tours. on there and check those out. I've actually got a few people saved up to their playlist for just their ice shack builds or whatever. It not much to it. We built some benches on the ends there and a lot of storage in that thing. That's the nice thing about it is, like when I go, I mean, I never use the thing, but when I go fishing, I always take too much stuff with me. Like I always want to be prepared for any situation I find myself in, especially fishing. And so I always load that thing up with all different kinds of stuff. I got map books in there. This is actually one that was in the shack. You know, map books and all kinds of stuff. Extra rods, rod holders. I got like 3 gaff hooks in there. I got anything under the sun in that thing. It also comes, you know, there's scoopers in there, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I mean, it could use a little more work on it, Jason Berg, but it's good to go now. I mean, assuming somebody replaces the tire. But yeah, it's solid. The only thing I don't like about that shack is the single pane windows because the windows sweat. But I've got that stuff in there, like I said before in one of the videos, that Rain-X anti-fog. So you clean the windows with that and you're good for like 2 weeks. Of steady use too. My buddy uses that stuff in his hunting shacks and the windows sweat in there. And you use that Rain-X anti-fog on there and you wipe it down with a paper towel and they don't fog up. After a while though, it wears off and then you just do it again and you're good to go. Three cases of Busch Light. Broken fishing rod and 20 gauge. Yeah, I got floodlights on the outside of that thing too. That just the bulbs were like $25. Did you have more questions? I didn't get it. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to write down your question, Wisconsin Outlook, for this week. I didn't get a chance to write down Todd's too, but Todd asked him again on here. I didn't get a chance to write him down before the live stream started. So if you want to re-ask him, I feel like one of them was if I could catch any saltwater fish, what would it be? And that'd have to be like any type of shark, like a big hammerhead or something. Would be pretty badass. Um, yeah, or Goliath grouper, something like that. I watch a lot of Blacktip H on YouTube, and I don't know if you guys have checked out Blacktip H, but it's definitely worth a watch. Catches huge groupers and sharks and stuff on there. It's awesome. I feel like one of the other questions too was if I ever catfish, or have I ever catfished. All right, we'll see you next time, Daniel. Have I ever catfished? Yeah, I've catfished once or twice, maybe just once. And I went out beforehand because my brother, he always has good luck catfishing, and him and his buddies, and they always bring back pretty nice cats. And they go to the Cornell Dam anyways, below the Cornell Dam. So I went out ahead of time. I bought 2 cat rods, line for them, circle hooks, egg sinkers, swivels, the whole works. I even made my own stink bait, which was a mistake. What I did was I bought a dozen minnows and I left them in this shitty styrofoam minnow bucket. I just stuck them in my car. I'm like, hey, middle of summer, these things are gonna stink. I set them in my car. That was the worst idea I ever had in my life. The car stunk forever after that. But I got some chicken liver too. Cut bait was the trick though, fresh cut bait. That's what they're biting on. But every single time I casted that night, I broke my line. That was pretty irritating. And then my brother, the only fish I caught that night, my brother, he had his rod set out, and he had to run back to the car for something. And he said, watch my poles for me, I'll be right back. So he walked up to the car, and he wasn't gone 30 seconds. I could have hollered for him to come get his pole. There's no way he was even like 30 yards around the corner. And but no, I'm like, I'll take this thing. So I set the hook on it, and it was like a 5-pound channel cat. Tropical fish do you want to catch? Are you going to build a new shack? Yeah, that was the other one. Am I ever going to build a new shack? Maybe in the future. Maybe if I get more space to store one, I could do that. If I get rid of this one and I get one in the near future here, it would be an ice castle. That is a lot of fun building one though. You know, to like have an idea and then like make it a reality. That was pretty fun. The money part of it wasn't that fun because I spent a lot of money on that thing, but yeah, it's pretty cool to build your own shack. I might in the future, but as for the near future, probably not. Yeah, minnows in my car midsummer. Yeah, that was the worst idea I ever had. I was like 20 or something, and yeah. So yeah, I had a dozen sucker minnows in my car, and they were dead for like a day before I put them in there. So they were pretty well rotten. Nobody wanted to fish next to me while I was handling those things. I was sticking my bare hand in the muddy water, basically. Yeah, stupid. Chicken livers didn't work either. But yeah, the fresh cut bait. That's what everybody else was catching them on, anyways. Neighbor has an ice castle. Yeah, those things are nice. Some of them that they make too are huge and just unnecessary. Can't imagine how much you could get like a week to fish out of that thing. Not even. I mean, by the time there was like drivable ice this year, I mean they make it like 30, 40 footers on those things. By the time there's drivable ice, there was too much snow to get on in a regular truck anyway. So I don't know where you live to be able to use that thing. They're heavy, yeah. A shack flipped over 7 miles out on Lake Superior. I poured 5 gallons of gas on it and burned it. Yeah, you're lucky you didn't get caught doing that. You're 7 miles out, you're probably safe, but I think it's illegal to burn on the lakes now. Something with the ash produces a ton of algae. Like I forget what it is. Like 1 pound of ash produces like hundreds of pounds of algae or something. I don't know. Maybe it's fine there, but what day am I going to the Brewers game? I'm not going anymore. We were supposed to be going on Wednesday, but yeah, my buddy that we were going to go with was going to be me and my wife and my buddy and his wife, but his wife is due to have a kid like any day, so they had to cancel on us. My experience, fresh cut bait of sucker or shad will outfish stink bait every time. Yeah, yeah, that's the way it works for them. Those guys don't mess around with stink bait or anything. They just get suckers and cut them and put them on a circle hook and cast out as far as they can. There's some sturgeon and stuff down there too. I remember that one time my brother had a sturgeon on his rod. He had 30-pound spider wire on. I assume it was a sturgeon. Nobody knew. Nobody's seen it. But he set the hook on it, and it just kept taking drag. Would not stop at all. Just wouldn't slow down. Just nothing. Just steady taking drag. And he tightened his drag up all the way before it hit the end of the line. And drag was as tight as it would go. He's holding his rod, and it just started chugging, pulling line like a foot at a time, and and it got all the way to the end of the line, the end of the spool, and snapped that line off, broke his knot, and sounded like a freaking 22 going off. I assume it was a sturgeon. Yeah, we would have stopped too there, Todd. I'd like to go yet this year, so I'm not ruling it out. Just not on Wednesday, anyways. Killer bee shrimp for cats, huh? I've never heard of it. I'm not much of a cat fisherman, anyways. But a guy I work with, he's a big cat fisherman. He's from Iowa. He grew up right on the Mississippi, so he wants to do a bunch of cat fishing this year and wants me to go along. Had to be a goddamn sturgeon. Had to, yeah, yeah. Whatever that was wasn't small to do that to 30-pound spider wire. Did I find a house yet? Uh, we so it was a weird thing. We had we didn't have a realtor lined up yet to post our house for sale. They came over on Wednesday, checked out the place for like 5 minutes, and left. Said they'd get back to us that day or the following day to tell us what we could sell our house for. And we want to be able to pay off the mortgage that we got on here now. So we hadn't paid off much, and we used the USDA loan, so we didn't have to have a down payment. And so we've been here 2 years. I think our loan was for 110. We owe like just under 160 yet, but the house is valued at 102, and they told us that we could only sell for 102. Like, well, that didn't even pay off the mortgage. Anyways, in the meantime, the week before, we had seen a house that we were interested in, and we contacted the realtor and said we'd like to go check out this house. Even though we don't have anything set up for funds or anything yet, and right away contacted us, said they got an offer on it already, and then within minutes they were like, "Oh, it's an accepted offer," whatever. So the house wasn't listed for like 3 hours, and it had an accepted offer already. Oh, okay. Well, we lost out on that deal. So Wednesday, they came over, told us the news on what we could sell our house for or whatever. And Thursday, we found out that that accepted offer had fallen through. The guy that made a bid on it, he changed his mind. So, um, we're like, oh, let's go look at it. So, my wife contacted our realtor and said, "Can we go look at the house now?" She's like, "Oh, there's already 2 offers on it." Like, what the heck? So, a friend of my wife's knows another realtor here in town, and she's like, "She'll show you the house. They're the one listing it. Just show it to us." And if we want to make a bid, maybe we can have a bidding war going on or something. You never know. And so they show it to us, and it's not as nice as we anticipated. They make it look a lot nicer online in the pictures. It needs some work, but yeah. So there's no offers on it. That lady told us that there's no offers on it right now, and apparently our realtor that we've been dealing with lied to us. They're like, no, there's nobody been offering on this house yet. I mean, it's going to go fast because everything's going fast right now. As soon as something's listed, it's selling pretty quick. But yeah, so that's what's going on with that situation. Everything else that's for sale. I mean, here in Chautauqua, this is the area we'd like to stay around, anyways. I mean, you can get like a cabin on the lake. I mean, that's basically a lot of the stuff that's for sale here. A cabin on the lake with like 900 square feet, which is tiny, and like one bedroom, one bathroom will go for like $180,000. It's ridiculous. And then the taxes are super high too. Like for my small yard here in my small house, I paid 2 or 2,100 last year for taxes. It's I mean, if you seen my yard in my house, you'd be like, "What the hell?" My yard is tiny. I mean, that's a big thing. My wife's gonna be starting in-home daycare. We don't have much of a lawn. I mean, we got the one kid too, so I mean, it's not much of a lawn for him to play in. The house is small. Yeah, that's just it. The realtor we went to said we couldn't ask anything more than 102. So we put 102 on there and then pay the realtor fee on top of it. So I'm best off to list it for, yeah, at least 110, and then put it on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace or whatever, so everybody can ask for pictures and then never respond to me. But um, yeah, that's the way it's been going with that shack. I actually contacted a bunch of people today and chewed them out for asking for pictures of my shack and never responding to me, and asking if it's still available and then never respond to me. Something as stupid as I posted a aluminum rim off my 2015 Silverado I had that had a pinhole in it. We had a tornado come through here. It's getting close to 2 years ago now, and I went in the ditch that night and put a pinhole in my aluminum rim, and so I got to get a new rim or have somebody solder or whatever. But I wasn't going to do that. And I still got that rim in the garage. It's just taking up space, getting in my way. So I posted on Facebook Marketplace. Somebody make me an offer because I know it's fixable, and the dealership charges $500 for that exact rim. So I'm like, I'll get $20 out of it or something. I got all kinds of people asking me if it's available. I say yes. Nobody ever responds again. The shack, same situation. Is it available? Nobody ever responds. Then pictures. You have more pictures of the outside. You have more pictures of the inside. I post pictures. Never respond back to me ever again. Get bent. The sturgeon bit the. I don't know if you're talking to me or somebody else. I guess Bry Burns, but sturgeon was on cut bait. Oh, you're talking to Wisconsin Outlook. My buddy and I waited in the river back in February. He got the 40+ inch sturgeon. Got it 10 feet from us. That's awesome. That'd be cool. I've never caught a sturgeon either. That's on my bucket list. There's very few fish around here that I haven't caught, and sturgeon is one of them. Well, they're not necessarily close to me either. They're not in the lakes where I'm at. I got to go a little further south. Yeah, Spider Warrior's tough stuff, especially 30 pound. I'd put yours up on 10. Oh, back in 2012, you were up here? Yeah, you have to come up again. The chain here is getting excellent for walleyes. It's pretty good pan fishing too. Prairie Lake too. If you ever want to catch crappies, you go up to Prairie Lake. I'll show you the spot. Right, you go as close as to the aerators as you can, and you'll catch your limit every night. You can bet your house on it. Sounds like you didn't want to deal with someone with contingencies. Had a realtor do the same thing to me. Unless I had a bank pre-approval, he wanted nothing to do with me. Yeah, well, that's just it too. Bank pre-approval, but most realtors do their own financing, so I don't understand. I mean, our realtor did our own financing or whatever, but yeah, contingencies, I suppose. I mean, they're gonna make a sale both ways. If I go through them to sell my house and buy a house, they're gonna make a realtor fee times 2. So I don't understand why they wouldn't want to deal with us, but I think maybe because my house isn't a super expensive big house, that they don't want to deal with me because they got to put in a lot of work for a little reward at the end of it. Say they charge 5 to 6%, something like that. 5 to 6% on my house isn't nearly what it's going to be on like a $200,000 to $300,000 house. I mean, a little more because we want to buy a bigger house, in that aspect of it, but they want to addict a dog, and they're tough to deal with too. The last time they sell a lot of houses. I mean, they're the go-to people for this area, but yeah, we like email them or call them and stuff. Maybe we wait 2 days to hear anything back ever. And like last time too, we had to be out of our place by May 1st, and they were just dragging their feet, like no big deal, And we barely closed on our house like 3 days before we had to be out, so we had to move like right now. See you next time, Pike Lake. You're probably gone already, but selling anything online is a pain in the arse. Your realtor sounds shady, man. I hope you fired them. 110,000 around my area is a studio condo. Never mind taxes. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, everything here is selling super quick too. Like they had an accepted offer on that house within like 3 hours to begin with. So who knows? Something will come up here. The springtime usually houses get listed, but I haven't been seeing much activity yet. And we might just stay here and obviously, well, we might have that other realtor, the one that's listed in that other house. We might have them come over and kind of tell us what they think we could get out of this house. Other than that, if they give us like the same price range, we're just gonna stay here for a little while yet, I think. Who knows? Parents have a place on Round Lake, and it's crazy how many people list their places way over what they're worth just to probe. Round Lake over in what is that? Must be Chippewa County there. Chippewa or Rusk. Is that the Round Lake you're talking about, Jason? I'm so glad I finally made it into the live chat. Been so busy with spring cleanups. Family owns landscaping company. Yeah, I've been trying to be as busy as I can with spring cleanups. Every time I clean my lawn, the neighbor's mess blows over into my yard and stuff, and it's a losing battle. And I gotta keep everything, try to keep everything nice looking and stuff. And hopefully the lawn and stuff starts growing before my daughter's birthday when everybody comes over, because it kind of looks like crap right now. Oh, Hayward. Okay. Yeah, there's a Round Lake over in it's probably Chippewa County. It's right close to the line though, and my Pike Lake and Crappie Lake that I tell you guys about all the time is like a mile from there. That Round Lake too is real good for crappie fishing, and it's got really, really big muskies in there. It's a really good muskie lake. Potato Lake is pretty close to there too, and well, there's actually several lakes there: Island, Fireside, Long Lake, Round, Potato. They all got big muskies, and it's an excellent muskie area over there. All pretty good walleye lakes too. Long, that's my spot for walleyes. He says, "Oh yeah, ... like he's gonna go to my lake." Back my boat through the back of my garage. There you go. You ever want to go there, Jason Berg? I'll take you there. You gotta swear you to secrecy though. It's actually a private lake now, and I haven't been going there much anymore because they got two public boats there you could use, but they took the motors off, so you gotta oar it now. It's kind of a big lake to be oaring. Super deep lake too, so it's kind of hard to find fish. Well, I mean, it depends on what you want to go after. Like if you want to find crappies, you're not finding them, but unless they're spawning. I mean, if a guy can, I'd love to take him out there, so I can get on some crappies too. But bluegills, pike, and bass are extremely easy to find. I've netted bluegills out there before that were chasing my muskie bait. I first bought a muskie setup. I bought a St. Croix Mojo muskie and a Shimano Cardiff 110 or something like that. I don't remember the name. It was a Shimano Cardiff though. And I took that out there just for practice because it was like my first bait caster. And throwing big muskie baits, and sure shit every time. Like, are you my mama? And chasing it back to the boat. Bluegills are overloaded in that lake. You still get some that are good size in there though. I mean, you catch 100 little ones, you'll catch 20 nice ones. Deal will be up there late September for annual Lost Land lake trip. You're welcome to join us for that. Possibly. September? That could be. Alrighty, you guys got any more questions here? I'm about ready to cut this thing off and check out the Brewers. The Brewers might have started already, actually. Sorry, I'm late. We're about ready to cut her off here, Greg. Thanks for stopping in, though. Brew Crew just started? Alrighty. There we go, guys. If you guys got any questions, feel free to post them. That way we got something to talk about next week. If not, we'll get to them next week's live stream anyways. We always got time. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you guys next week.